All right. Greetings. This video is going to be FatPhobic or am I the a-hole? FatPhobic or am I the a-hole? And I decided to set the camera up right here so y'all can see Plant and see how Plant is doing. Plant is still doing good. Okay. Okay, yeah. I see Plant. Okay. Whew, okay, I'm still not feeling 100, but I have been trying to get this video. I've been trying to get this video in the can for at least 6 months. So bear with me. Please bear with me. I'll try to make the corrections in editing. Okay. I'm going to take my time with this video. But, all right, let's see. I got some notes here, too. I got some notes to try to stay on track. So, hopefully I can stay on track. But, greetings, YouTube. Hey, numbers. This video is going under physical health and mental health. It's going to be entitled FatPhobic or Am I the A-hole? Okay, I ran across this video and I'm going to try to post the video right here. And this video highly triggered me. And I really made a quick video, but I wanted to stop, gather my thoughts, and do a sufficient video to get my thoughts across. Now, under fair use, let's watch this video and we'll discuss it. It's just a few seconds.
Fat people are allowed to eat what they want without feeling guilty about it. Get over it. Eat what they want without feeling guilty about it. Get over it.
I'm going to talk about weight. You can replace weight with any body positive issue people have the nerve to comment on. Whether it is hair, clothes, shoes, whatever. And I think it will also apply to the opposite of being too thin. So, the first thing I asked myself is why I was so triggered by the video. Okay? Going back to therapy, my therapist would have me ask myself, who, what, when, where, how, why. And the first thing that comes to mind is back in the early 90s, I was dating this guy and I sat down on the couch. I don't know what I was eating, but I sat next to him and he said, "You just gonna eat that right in front of me?" Okay? I said, "Yeah. Do you want me not to eat it or you want me to hide and eat it? What are you trying to say?" He said, "No man wants a woman that no other man wants." So I said, "What does that mean? You don't want me? Or you think other men don't want me?" He said, "I said what I said. No man wants no man wants what another man don't want." Okay? No, I didn't break up with him that day. In future cases, I purposely ate things in front of him, just like this young lady is doing, trolling. She's trolling the audience, and that was another thing about her videos that triggered me so much. It was something I had done and was not proud of. Another trigger, almost all of the comments on her video are terrible. And I can just imagine the comments that got deleted because some of the ones that got through were downright horrible. Very, very mean and cruel, to say the least. Back then, I was provoking my guy to comment, which fortunately he didn't do again, because I was purposely eating things in front of him just to get a reaction. This was my way of showing him that I will eat whatever I want, whenever I want. But then I got to the point where I was not getting satisfaction out of eating these foods just to spite him. I hope the young lady in the video really wanted that burger and didn't just eat it to make a video. Ugh. Hashtag mukbang, hashtag rabbit hole. Actually, the young lady now, it took me so long to make this video. That young lady was in jail last I checked, so she may never see this video. But this video is for her and people like her and people like me. And just in general. Anyway. It eventually dawned on me that even if I was hurting him, I was definitely hurting myself. I don't know what machinations he had going on in his brain. He may have wanted me to eat stuff so I would be fat, and no one would want me. But obviously, he did. Eventually, I stopped eating things in front of him, and we drifted apart for some reason, but it wasn't anything to do with food. I said all that to say that seeing her video took me back to that moment, and I understand why she's trolling the audience. But I also need her to understand she's hurting herself in the process. I mean, for Christ's sake, she has a breathing tube in her nose. And it's just like, come on, come on. I wanted to leave a comment to rebuke, defend, and console her, but I didn't. Yet I am making this video, which brings me to the point that, okay, I'm fatphobic. I'm fatphobic, and I'm triggered. Okay, I admit it. I'm fatphobic. If you have an adverse reaction to fat people, trolling, if you have an adverse reaction to fat people trolling, mukbanging, or just ordinarily eating, you are fatphobic too. I mean, society tries to teach us to be fatphobic for our health and vanity reasons. My grandbaby asked me if I was fatphobic and I said AF. She cracked up laughing. I told her, if somebody starts chasing me with some fat, I will run. She got a big kick out of that. I also thought about my other grandbaby. She won't watch 600 Pound Life. She cracks me up so much with her reaction. She's so fatphobic, she be like, Nana. And she definitely cannot, can't watch 600 Pound Life while she eating. It disgusts her. I can relate. I can relate. Oh, the super morbidly obese body is still an attraction even in this day and age. Before my day, you would have to go to a circus and pay a nickel to see somebody the size people are today. Now you can almost find a fat clinic in every town. I realized that the ability to reach super morbid obesity is also a sign of what's in the processed food, but that's yet another rabbit hole. All right, quick edit. I just wanted to add that back in the 1900s, there was no way for women or the fat lady at the circus. She had to have a thyroid problem. There was no such thing as morbid obesity. This is very common now, but that was not a common thing. It has to be our food supply thyroid problem. Morbid obesity did not exist back then. This is very common nowadays, but please, you have to realize that it is the food supply. It's the amount of exercise we're getting. It was just no way. It was just no way. Bottom line, it's okay to recognize that you are fat phobic, but you don't have to be a fat phobic a-hole. It's like fear. That's what fat phobic is, fear. But being an a-hole, now that's just fat hate. That's just fat hate. That's why fat phobia gets so much of a bad rap, because the definition brings out the negative in people, and people think all kinds of negative thoughts, and people are being haters. They're being hateful, and they're being cruel, and they're being mean. And I mean, you don't have to leave hateful comments. You don't have to walk up to people and yell in their face or want to slap food out of people's mouths. I mean, come on. You don't care about the people. You don't even know them people. You're projecting your fat phobia onto them. And that's unfair. Let's not leer, stare, or make rude comments. One of the commenters on this lady's video comment, "Fat people disgust me." What kind of trauma must you have for fat people to literally disgust someone? They can't separate the person from the fat. It just lets me realize people don't want to see what is not appealing to them, and they are willing to express it in harmful, traumatic manners. Which makes me think about another incident in my younger days. These traumas I'm still telling you about today because it sticks out in memory and pops back up from time to time. I'm purposely opening this proverbial box that continues to fall off the shelf just for the purpose of this video. Okay. I'm with my sisters and I feel comfortable because we're all close, and in the same hotel room together. I walk out the shower, I'm booty ball naked. And this extremely thin sister says, "That's disgusting." Wow. That's disgusting, or something to that manner. I know it was the term, disgusting. She was not a beauty queen, nay. But I didn't strike back. I'm generally modest and could have called for a towel So now, in hindsight, I'm thinking I may have possibly been trolling her even then. I simply proceeded to dress, vowing never to forget and never to undress in front of her again. I would like to say I had some snappy comeback, but I would just be adding to the story to say I did. What I think actually happened was another sister commented on how much of a Skeletor she was, but we press on. Note to fat people, use your power to repel fat-phobic people responsibly. I'm going to say that again. Use your power to repel fat-phobic people responsibly. All right. Anyway, again, I started thinking about one of the ugliest things I hate, and that's that ugly face, that ugly Linda Blair exorcist face. Oh, I really hate to see that face, and ooh, even now, to think of it, I have to think of something beautiful. I have to think of one of my baby's faces to block that out. That, ooh, I hate that ugly exorcist face. Okay. Anyway, I'm just saying, I'm like, if anything disgusts me, that's it. I'm fearful. I don't like it. Cover that up. Get that away from me. Sweep it under the carpet. That's what disgusts mean for me. Ooh, no. Moving on from the sister cattiness, let us discuss two hypothetical twin boys. Okay, now, when I was growing up, I felt like I was eating the same things my siblings were eating, and I had access to the same kinds of caloric value foods in the same amount, give or take. Yet I was bigger than them. I don't know if it was in my genes or in my genes, or maybe I was from an alien planet. I don't know, but I was bigger than them. And I thought I ate the same amount of food they did. At least I thought I was. I may have been eating more. And you know, genetics and all kinds of factors can go into that. But I'm a kid. I'm a kid then. But I was thinking about that. Now, back to my hypothetical situation, the twins. Okay. You have two twins eating the same number of cheeseburgers, and one twin needs open heart surgery because their arteries are clogged, and they need open heart surgery. Yeah. The other twin, you see their trauma on the outside, and they need weight loss surgery because their fat cells are clogged. So we got one with arteries clogged, one with fat cells clogged. They need a gastric bypass or whatever weight loss surgery is happening. Okay? You will pray for the person who is having an open heart surgery. But the twin who has gastric or weight loss surgery, you tell them they are a coward for taking the easy way out. Wow. You can see trauma on the fat person, but you don't want to see it. You want to cover that up. Cover up that trauma. The fact that you can see it on the fat person makes you angry and makes you want to strike back because you don't like that. You don't want to see that. I have to recognize that I'm fat phobic because, number two, Wait, number one, I have to realize that I'm fat phobic just for the simple fact that I have a fear of fat, and that is the technical definition of the word. But when it comes to looking down on fat people and judging fat people, no, 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 no. Number two, I need to recognize when people are projecting their fat phobia onto me. Now, let me go back to therapy. Pull that carpet back and clean that mess up. Go to therapy, pull that carpet back, and clean that mess up. When that young man told me no man wants what another man wants, it was not because he cared about me, but I guess I would have to be mentally ill not to be wanted by a man. Going through therapy about food and weight and blah, blah, and blah, I had to assess if I subconsciously wanted to be fat and eat more food so I'd be less likely to have male or any unwanted attention, but less likely to have unwanted attention. The therapist states, you don't want the attention and you're subconsciously doing this because you are afraid of getting it. Mind blown. We went through that and figured out, nah, that's not me. I like attention. I thought I did. But in some aspects, yeah, I was kind of, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Yes, mind your business. Don't look at, no, don't look at me. So I had to think about that. I had to consider that. Okay. Also, that built up cocoon, that shell you're building around you may subconsciously think it'll keep you from getting raped or essayed or harassed. You're unmindfully building that fluffy cocoon around your body to insulate you from fear, pain, rejection, etc. I have so many thoughts just about a 7-second video, and it stuck with me so much. I'm probably all over the place with what I'm saying. I know I ramble a lot, but I just wanted to get this out. I guess I'm saying it's okay to be fat phobic, but don't be an a-hole. As for the body positive community and this young lady, please don't go and harass or leave negative comments on anybody's body positive channel. The body acceptance envelope has been pushed so far in one direction. Of course, fatties are now pushing back in the other direction. Body positivity, everybody's beautiful. And everybody is beautiful. But you get to the point where you got to admit that it's not healthy. It's just not healthy. You may be running the race now. But tomorrow is coming. The people are beautiful. Hell yeah. But the life expectancy when you're that size, it's not. It's not. The body positive community will not even accept me because I do weight loss content and post before and after pictures. And that's just not acceptable for them. And I do get it. I really do. Around 20 years old, I went to the doctor and the doctor was telling me, you need to lose weight. You need to lose weight. And I just stopped him and I asked him, why do I have to lose weight? My mama's fat. My grandma's fat. My auntie's is fat. I mean, why I can't be fat? I like food. I like food. So he said, MissOne, he said my real government name, but MissOne, eventually when you get older, it's going to catch up to you and it's going to ruin your health and you're going to start to deteriorate. You have to think about your aunts and uncles and the other people in your family, and you have to look and see what kind of medical issues they have. And they did have medical issues, as he stated. I tried to lose weight on and off all through the years and been on so many weight loss journeys. I have finally come to realize it's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. Diets do fail. It's a weight loss, it's a lifestyle change, and it's a change that lasts forever. If you're on a diet, you are going to fail. Just diet. More than likely, you're going to fail. Because it is what it is. You may be successful in a minute, but whenever you stop doing whatever that thing is, whatever that diet is you stop doing, it's just like any other thing. You got to work on this. We got to work on this so we can work on this. And in the meantime, we use all the tools that's accessible to us until we get to that. Now, if you're watching 600 Pound Life with a stank face, you are probably fat phobic. If you can't watch 600 Pound Life, just admit it. You're fat phobic. Most of the time I'm watching 600 Pound Life, I catch myself with a stank face. But it actually helps me with my thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs about food and nutrition. You can be fat phobic, but you don't have to be cruel. I know people like to use shame to make people fall in line. But no. Maybe if the young man who I was dating said, babe, I think if you're eating that, it may cause you to be overweight, and you might not like that. But he wasn't thinking about me. He was thinking about some man wanting me, and he wants me. So now I have to shape my whole life around being desirable. I mean, what mentally stable person doesn't want to be desirable? So I guess if you don't want to be alone, but you can't shame a person into doing something or nothing without creating more trauma. And let me just add that most of the people on 600 Pound Life is always booed up with their caretaker / enabler / boo thing. Go figure. Now that I've lost a little bit of weight, I'm always talking about sugar is poison and talking about nutrition. I'm a foodie. It's who I am and what I do. But if one of my babies ever told me, Nana or Mom, stop talking to me about food so much, I won't say nothing else to them about food no more. Probably. And who am I to police a person's low vibrational plate? I know y'all have to remember that woman was talking about that lady had a low vibrational plate. Oh my goodness. Shame, while I will admit, shame does work, especially when you're younger and in school with school-age children. But shame is a manipulative tactic used by people who are trying to control a situation. That's another rabbit hole for another day, but you need to be worried about your own shame. You ever hear somebody say, you should be shamed? It may very well be you should be shamed, but according to who? Why? Who said so? It's best to have some shame if you want to live among society, but to what point? People will project, troll, lash out, kick, and scream to bring a person to heel. I need people to focus on themselves and try to find that sweet spot. I shouldn't have to or try to troll people into acceptance, and people should not force or try to shame another person into acceptance. That's called trauma dumping. I learned that. People can be dangerous. That can be dangerous. That can be dangerous. People can be dangerous. You just never know. And I also, looked up the definition of fat phobia, fear versus hate. And, fat phobia, it's okay, fear. But when you get to hate, okay, you're more than fat phobic. You're a fat phobic a-hole. So, ID PIN number. Okay. Is that it? Yeah. All right, y'all. I think that's my time. Oh, this is a long video, but we need to get this one in the can and get it out of my head, because I've been thinking about this video for a long time, and you know, I may have to add some more stuff in edit, but that's it. Thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, comment below. My invitation to the comments below is, are you fat phobic? Or are you the asshole? Please.